How well do you really know the people you meet online? We build friendships in digital worlds, trusting that a screen will always keep us safe. But what happens when that screen is no longer a barrier? This story was posted to Reddit by a user who goes by the name Ellen. She gave us her permission to share her experience, a terrifying ordeal that started in the chat room of an old online game and ended somewhere far, far worse. It began on a site discussing a game called Meridian 59. A person called lphaaltz joined the conversation. It started friendly enough. He claimed they had played together before. Ellen couldn't recall, but she enjoyed the chat and eventually gave her Discord tag. The next morning, she accepted her friend request. After a bit of polite conversation, she curiously asked him where his name came from. He didn't respond for a minute. Eventually, he told her that it was an anagram for something fun. Weirded out, Ellen ended the conversation. She was starting to find his behavior a bit strange, but shrugged it off and started playing a new game. Three hours later, it happened. A player called lphaaltz joined her new game. With such an obscure tag, she knew it could only be him. Soon enough, he typed, "Hey Ellen," in the chat. She was dealing with a stalker. She didn't respond. She blocked him on Discord and Steam and made all of her social media private. She thought she was safe, but not even 5 minutes after blocking him, she got an email. It contained only 5 words. "You made a big mistake." Her blood went cold. She had no idea how he could have gotten her email. She emailed him back, telling him to stop and that she would go to the police. She then deleted the old account and created a new one. For a few days, nothing happened. It seemed like he was gone. But after college one afternoon, she booted up her computer and was welcomed by a new mail to her new account. "In shadows I dwell, an eternal dance with your fears. No escape, no sanctuary. My obsession, a relentless specter haunting your every step. I love you so much, my ever love, my dove that only wants me, dying. You'll regret it though, you making me crying. I love you, I follow you." Now in a full panic, she went to the police. They stated there wasn't much they could do, besides filing a complaint against an unknown person. They told her to change her accounts again. When she got home, she started crying and decided to call her dad, who was on a business trip. He didn't pick up at first, but after the 3rd call, he eventually picked up, and I started blurting out everything. After not hearing him saying anything back or making any noise, I went quiet. The other part of the line was quiet too. Only for a faint, heavy breathing on the other side. I started crying again and whispered, "Dad?" But my question was answered by the other side of the line, ending the call. She could only move again when the power in her house went out. Her heart dropped. Had he found her? As she entered her room, she heard the sound of shattering glass downstairs. Fearing for her life, she opened her closet and removed a grate at the bottom, hiding in a small, cut-off crawl space. As she put the grate back, she heard footsteps running through her house. Doors were thrown open. Things were breaking. Then the footsteps rushed upstairs and the door to her room was thrown open. Through the grate, she saw a beam of light. The closet door was slammed open. She placed a hand over her mouth to mask her breathing. He was large, very large, wearing stained clothing. In his trembling right hand was a big, dull-looking kitchen knife. He was standing practically beside the grate when he suddenly let out a blood-curdling scream and ran out of the closet. He started frantically running around the house, screaming her name, and "I love you, let me take care of you, my dove." It took 4 hours for him to give up. She heard him open the front door and leave. After some time, she calmed enough to call the police. The dispatcher stayed on the line with her, telling her a unit was on the way. Hearing the sirens coming closer, she started to climb out of her safe space. She couldn't believe she was alive when her closet doors were thrown open and a man rushed at me. He grabbed me by the throat and slammed me against the wall. In the darkness, she could see his big dark eyes and his yellow rotten teeth in a wicked smile. "I've caught my dove," was what she heard when a knife was thrust into her stomach. Her vision got blurry. "I'll always be with you," was the last thing she heard before she passed out. She woke up in a hospital. She had been unconscious for 3 days. A police officer came to her room. He explained that when the unit arrived, they found her on the ground. It was a wonder, he said, that she survived. The person who attacked her left no DNA. Her throat was wiped clean. The only thing they found was a note. It said, "The 9th dove for my pen." The question that haunts Ellen, and now us, is a simple one. Who were the first 8?